What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another
damn
podcast. Presented by our damn self. 181, right?
Yes, 181.
Okay, you got to shout out the lovely Jazz, creator of J-Sculpt, first fitness belt that covers your entire midsection and provides 100% comfort during your workouts. Holiday season, Black Friday is a couple Fridays from now, right? So
yeah, like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like 2 weeks. Yeah,
Fridays. Yeah,
it went fast, very fast.
Mm-hmm. So what
I feel like I'm just like it's just trippy that we're in holiday season, but because of everything that we've gone through this year, it's just like it doesn't feel like it.
The end is almost over for this trash ass 2020. At least the end is near.
Yeah.
Thankfully. As far as the pandemic, it's just the beginning.
We're still in the first half.
Just the beginning.
So we're still in the first half. We might be rounding the first half at the end of the year, maybe beginning of 2021. We might be rounding the first half. We might be. If I said we might be.
Really? Not what I hear. Like, what did Auntie Lori just did? She was.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Oh, shit.
Come on. By the time you hear this, Chicago's getting shut down again. So are we really come round in the first half? Or are we still early in the first quarter? Where are we at in this?
And Cook County, period. They said that advisories for Cook County as well.
And JB said he's going to get in on it too. Like you said, he's thinking about doing it for the state. So you got Auntie Lori, you got Preckwinkle, and then JB. Shutting this bitch down.
And they are pulling it back because the other day when I was running errands or whatever, Marcus wanted some Olive Garden. So then I stopped at Olive Garden out in the suburbs. And then when I was trying to just go in to order my food, they was like closed. Like I was like, I know. So I'm just trying to order. They was like, no, you can't even come in to order. They like, you got to do it from your phone. You have to call. You have to do the online thing and put it on your phone. I was like, oh, you can't even walk in to even order now. Like, damn, like they really are back. What was that like phase 2, I think? I think that was like phase 2. I think, yeah, when everything was kind of, yeah.
Like when there was nothing inside pretty much. I want to
say everything was kind of.
Possibly 1. I don't remember. Like
restricted. Yeah, because these numbers are starting to go up and it's not just in Chicago. That's what people fail to realize. Like people are just looking at it like Auntie Lori when it shuts down and But New York
canceling Thanksgiving.
But New York is doing it too. Their governor is like their numbers are rising. And while we looking at Indiana, everybody keeps on trying to look at Indiana's numbers are out of control. Like, they a hot spot.
Like, what pandemic? I saw that Notre Dame game. They're like, pandemic? What pandemic?
The COVID Bowl. That's what Mike Love called it. It was the COVID Bowl. Like I literally started itching when they
in a pandemic.
When they ran onto the field I get that Notre Dame won because first of all I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, is people there?
First of all,
I was like, is people there? I was like, what? Why are there people there? Why? And then when they won the game, and then the way they ran onto the field, I literally I started itching like my throat. I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, I just felt so like all those.
It's like weird. Like since the pandemic, like looking back at shit is shit we used to do is weird. Like because this is the new normal and like
this was normal.
It is what it is. Like looking back, like to me, the weirdest shit to look back is like Lollapalooza, like any music festival to me.
Mm-hmm.
You got like a couple 100,000 people like sweating all over each other in the park. That just looks so weird when I look at
dripping all over my body.
Watching that shit is like we used to do that shit.
Like the rallies at the Bulls rallies.
Like 4 times. It's like it looks so weird. The Bulls rallies, I went to a bunch of those. About 4 or 5 of those.
The Richmond Card rally when the Cubs won. It was like 5 million people out there for the Cubs rally. 5 million people were out there.
Baseball, I didn't go to the Cubs. But I didn't
go. I was at work. Marcus watched on TV. He was going to try to go down there with Ariana. I said, don't take our daughter down there.
Ariana was a baby then. You like, hell.
He was a baby. I was like, hell to the door. You're not taking. And then he woke up too late. He was like, yeah, we just watched it at home. So then he just sat in the bed and watched it from the TV at home, which was the best decision because I was like, I would not feel comfortable if he was out there with 5 million people with our baby, with our infant daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So
Blackhawks had a few celebrations. They had
Blackhawks, they were off the chain because I would see them walking down
Yeah, 3 in Grant
on
Park.
Lakeshore, like when I be taking Lakeshore back home, and then I'll be seeing them like walking by the fountain, like with their
Yeah,
jerseys
they had
on, like,
3 in Grant Park. They had 3.
yeah, because they was going crazy.
Celebrations. Yeah.
They was going crazy. I would see them when I'd be driving over there.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's so
it
weird
does.
Back at that now.
It does make you be like how is it?
The old Lolla, because obviously it wasn't no Lollapalooza this year. It was canceled. So like on their YouTube channel, they ran footage of like older kind, and then they had like new stuff like then, like artists performing like solo, like from like
virtual.
They had some virtual stuff that they mixed in with some old stuff. And I watched the old when Chance was there. I don't know what year, 18, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was like 18.
17 or 18 when Chance. I think it was 18 when Chance was. It might have been 17. I don't know.
With me.
I think it was 17. Yeah. Whatever year it was, Chance was there, and I was at that one. And I looked. And I wasn't down in the crowd. I was in the press area, so we were like separated.
Of course, you was with the press.
Like that shit is crazy. Motherfuckers sweating all over each other like that. In the hot ass Grant Park and shit. You know, summertime shot, like super hot. Yeah.
But that Notre Dame game, and then like people were like, somebody I saw like was on somebody's shoulder. You know how you like hold people on your shoulders, and I'm like, I was like, why?
The crowds are just weird to look at now. I don't know if it's gonna be like that forever, but to me, whenever I look at old ass crowds, it's weird.
It's just
like old WrestleManias too. Like I've been to a couple of those, like 3 WrestleManias, and one of them had like 80,000 people. I just all look at that shit. And I was in that crowd at 80,000. I was in that.
You were gonna plan to take the kids like when they got a little bigger to WrestleMania one year with you. You were gonna take the kids with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now it's like with everything going on, I was like, I don't even know like how I think.
I don't know if they even gonna do stuff like that, like big crowds.
Exactly. Anymore. Like, because it's just
that's why all these attendance records might last forever, like, because I don't see big crowds returning like that again. Like 70, 80, 90,000 people in one spot. I don't see that happening again.
And what Marcus was saying to me about the football stadium, because he's like, well, you have to keep in mind, he was like, these football stadiums hold 100,000 people. He was like, and then he was like, but they keep them at 25%. I said, that's still 25,000 people. Mm-hmm. Even though you took down capacity, that's still 25,000 people, even if you do it at 25%. Mm. That's still a lot of people. And then they weren't social distancing. Like I said, they were on the field, they ran on the field, and they were going crazy and stuff. It's like, it's just too much. Like, I mean,
you know how I feel about the NCAA in general, so that whole yeah.
And then my team is supposed to have a good basketball team this year. That's what I've been seeing. Is that Illinois, they're like, they should do some damage this year. Illinois' team is actually good. So I'm like, my team is actually going to be good this year. And like, you know, I know you don't care about NCAA, but.
Support the NCAA.
Well, I'm a Big Ten school.
I didn't mention Notre Dame because I wanted to shit on them for being stupid.
For that social distance.
Yeah, that's the only reason I brought that up. But like me, NCAA, fuck.
But I mean, people getting like really upset about the whole stuff with like Mayor Lightfoot saying like, I've seen some people, like,
and what's she gonna do next? Cancel Christmas? Yeah, we're gonna call her Scrooge,
her Grinch or whatever. But my thing is, and this is a post that I put on my Facebook. I was like, I don't know who needs to hear this. I was like, but do not have no big ass Thanksgiving celebration in your home. It's like, you're not the only one who was affected by COVID. It's like, all of us are affected by it. Like, Thanksgiving was one of our favorite holidays that we did as a family because
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Because
not now, but yeah, it is. Like, yeah, we don't do the Christmas thing. Yeah, so Thanksgiving is like, that's what I look forward to every day. Yeah, getting together with the fam and all of that. But
our cousin, and she replied to the post that I put up. Our cousin who would host Thanksgiving, shout out Mel. She would host Thanksgiving at her house every year.
I've done my share of Thanksgiving hosting as well too.
And then my mother-in-law does it too. Yeah, so it's like Mel said that the other day when she was driving, she said she literally was crying because she was just thinking about how much she misses us and that she can't have her big Thanksgiving celebration that she usually has, because that's a time when like we get to see Mel and we get to see our mom's family. And then after we do meals, then we go over to.
What sucks is like this past year, like well, now we're gonna tell like personal story. Yeah, she I guess they were overworked because they took a break to 2019.
They took a break last year, yeah.
Now I know she regrets that, sitting out that year because like that might be the last one for like a while that we get.
A while. Yeah, because she took a break and she was.
She said, "I'm gonna sit out this year and then I'll be back next.
I'll bring it back next year."
2019.
And that's what happened. Yeah, because she said that it's just a lot to hold because it is. Because if you're having,
she does it every year, and she was just overwhelmed. She said,
"And you got several people. You got like at least, like I said, we have a big family, so you're gonna have at least 40 people."
They took over the tradition because before it was at our parents' house, and then the parents know they're getting of a certain age.
They're getting older, yeah. So
I remember the last year, like I'm gonna tell the story about our auntie, Mel's mom. Like, she was like, "This is I'm just letting you know now we ain't doing this." But that last one, she told me then, because I saw.
She Michael Jackson that. She said, "This is it." I remember that. Yeah, this is it. She was like, "This is it. No more." Not
doing this again. The very next year, Mel took it over.
Then Mel took it over, right? Because, like I said, with us coming from a big family, and earlier today when I went grocery shopping, I drove past our grandparents' house. They're old brownstone. I drove past that.
They did it. Like Uncle Pat and them started doing it.
So when I drove past that.
So this is a tradition that's been passed down.
So when I drove past Grandma's house,
because like we all like have other smaller gatherings, but it's always like that one big that
the big one, that we all did as a family.
Our grandparents. And then it was like Pat, and then like Mel. It was like
Mel, right?
That's the big one. Everybody, the big one is
Because I drove past their house, and I decided I almost was going to do it. I said, but I still might do it one day. I might go past and just take a picture, and I'm gonna tag all of us on Facebook, all the cousins. Like, y'all know exactly what this is. Like, when we would go over to Grandma and Pa's house, we used to love doing that on Thanksgiving, going over to our grandparents' house, and you get to see all your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, just like the whole family.
Yeah,
so
all of us together at the kids' table. Like all the old were at the big table. We couldn't sit there.
All the old people,
all of us, me, you.
So we were like some of the youngest grandchildren. We were like some of the youngest.
We are like the 5 youngest. Like shout out.
Right.
We are like the bottom.
I'm the second youngest, so
Not the 5th youngest. Yeah.
Exactly.
Out of 5 as far as like grandkids, like from our grandparents.
From our mom side, the family.
Bottom,
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it would just be such fun things. So when people are acting like you're the only, it's like you're not the only one who is affected by this. All of us are affected, and all of us are having to adjust to this difficult situation. And then my thing I put out was like, so don't have 30 people in your cramped ass living room, like your little ass house. You have all these people in this small space. Mm-hmm. You breathing all over each other. You may or may not have people coming in from out of town. If they coming from a hot spot, then they come into your house and
spreading that COVID.
So my thing is, because people are going to do whatever the hell they want to do, because that's one thing I learned about people.
And I think right now, I think Texas got more cases than anybody. So you coming in from Texas?
From Texas.
Come on.
And pray. I said we just have family who just moved to Texas, so I'm praying that they stay safe out there. I'm praying for their safety. I'm gonna actually contact
her. Texas is a hot spot.
I'm actually going to check in with her and see it, just everything, if she's good over there. Mm-hmm. But it's like my thing that I say is you're not the only one who's affected. You're having all these people come in, and then they're going to spread, and then they're going to spread, and then they're going to spread. So what I'm going to do, because people would be like, I'm grown and I can do whatever the hell I want to do. This fine, you're grown, but I'm grown too. Guess what? While everybody else is out here doing what they're going to do, I'm going to quarantine my damn self. That's what I'll do. So I'm just going to quarantine and stay away from people until election day.
I might
until election day, January 20th. Then I'll start.
I might take some time off in December.
I'm quarantining my damn self. That's what I'm doing. I'm quarantining my damn self. Only time I'm going out is if I have to go into the office, if I have to do something work related, and I have to get some essentials. I'm not interacting with nobody. I'm keeping my I'm
just like this podcast. I could do the show like this, I'm
quarantining my damn self.
So I could do virtually. I'm considering taking some time in December. I'm thinking about it.
And when I do go into the office, if I do run into people, I'm gonna run the other way. Hey, I'm gonna be ready. I'm not interacting, because people are going to do what they want to do, and that's just my thing. It's like, while you're out here living your life, you could be asymptomatic and then you pass it on to somebody who can get really sick, who passes it to somebody who can get even sicker, and people can die from it. It's over 240,000 people who have died from this. So it's very serious, just in the United States. So this is a very serious thing. It's not
in Illinois. I can get you the numbers. Like, I'll make it even more personal. Like,
yeah, let's make it more personal about people who have
Illinois,
died from this.
has over 10,000 deaths. Illinois is over 10,000 for the state.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys can do
5 digits now. Like, it's Illinois is into the 5 digits. So I didn't know they were over 10. Yeah, they're over 10,000 now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'll be quarantining my damn self. That's what I'll be doing. And I'll be taking my supplements. I'm taking my elderberry. I'm taking my organic sea moss. I'm taking my stuff on this end. So I'm going to keep on doing what I do.
500,000 for the state with 10,000 deaths. That's where Illinois is at.
Yeah. But
that's a lot.
I mean, you're not the only one affected by it. Like, we all miss our family. We all miss our friends. We all miss our loved ones.
And it sucks. Like, I get it.
It does suck. It fucking sucks.
I'm over this shit, but I don't know. I keep saying, like, oh, what's the end game of this?
Exactly. What's the end? It's not like you'd be like on Mario when you're playing the video game and then you just jump and you grab the flagpole and it's like, that's the end of the level. It's no end level for this. It's like, where's the end level?
Man, it just goes on forever.
Right. Or Galaga.
How does Pac-Man end or Galaga? Yeah.
Or Galaga, right. Galaga goes forever.
How does Spy Hunter end and shit? Like, it's like that. It goes on forever. No end to Spy Hunter. You just drive it forever and that shit.
It wasn't an end to Mario Brothers either, right?
I don't think so. I don't remember it being an end to that. No, Super Mario had the end.
Yeah, we did Princess, yeah.
Yeah, Super Mario had the end, but the original Mario Brothers, nah, bro, I don't think that had an end.
Now we're showing our ages with these old games.
Somebody posted on Facebook about Pick 3. They had a whole gallery of like old games. Like, I picked Super Mario, Contra, and Kung Fu for my 3 on that list that they had.
Good choice. I gotta look at the list and see. If Miss Pac-Man's on the list, I'm definitely picking Miss Pac-Man because I love Miss Pac-Man.
I don't think it made it because this was more for NES, and Miss Pac-Man, while it did port to it, is people played that more in the arcade.
It was our arcade game, yeah.
Like, it did have the home version, but like people didn't play.
It wasn't the same because you got the joystick.
You couldn't play Pac-Man and games like that at home. You went to the arcade and played those. So they had strictly like NES games. Like I said, like Super Mario and stuff like that.
Definitely Super Mario. I love Super Mario, definitely.
I'm going to find this, but yeah, go ahead while now I have to know what it says.
You got to know.
That's like with what games were on this list.
But since we're talking about COVID, like prayers out for one of our Chicago natives, Jeremiah.
Yes.
He has COVID.
He's in bad shape from what I hear. So
I think he in the ICU, I think.
Yeah. Jeremiah's not doing good right now.
So I mean, prayers for him. Like I remember, like I said, like, well, we both have a personal story with Jeremiah because like he was like when he would come to the station, then you sent him for Subway. You said
I got him like before he was famous. That's my Jeremiah story.
And then Marcus did a video for him like right before he like popped, like when he had just had like birthday sex was just out, and then like he was really like moving. And then Marcus did a video for him, and then after that he really just like popped, like when Marcus did this video for him. But yeah, so that's my Jeremiah story that I have. But I mean, hopefully he gets well soon because this ain't nothing to play with. It's serious. Mm-hmm. And then Ben Carson has it too. Did you see that? Ben Carson,
I saw he got it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like,
the whole Trump administration eventually is going to have it because it's cycling throughout the whole. Eventually, like the Pence, I don't think Pence ever had it. He avoided that shit. That fly must have like sucked it out of him. I don't.
I think he had because he looked pretty bad because like his eye was like discolored at the rally. At the debate, his eye was discolored.
I think that fly sucked it out of him. Yeah, he could almost have, but then the fly like sucked the shit out of him. It didn't happen. I don't think that he's the only one out of here in the administration that didn't have it.
Because everybody has got
shout
it.
out to that fly. It sucked it out of him.
Everybody had it. So it's like at this point, the White House has to be fumigated and everything before Joe Biden moves in. It has to be clean.
Let's talk about this. That's a whole mess that's going on there. An entire
Oh.
I'm about to say that's if he moves in, because it's getting messy and shit like this thing. It's like, I didn't want to go politics, but let's talk a little bit about it.
We can talk briefly.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing,
the fucking fly and COVID. Let's talk a little bit about politics.
So Trump is still not conceding.
He conceded, but then said psych or something like that. I don't know if you saw it.
He conceded, but not really.
He conceded and then said psych, basically.
This is what he said. He said, yes, Joe Biden won, but he cheated. Like, he's still like, he won, but he cheated. It's fraud why he won. He only won because the election is rigged. That's what he sees on saying. The election was rigged. That's the only reason why he won, because it's rigged.
A lot of voter fraud accusations out there.
But it's unsubstantiated. It's no.
You gotta prove it. It's like sure. It's like this election looks. It's some suspicious shit that looks like it went on, but at the same time, you gotta prove it.
Where's your smoking gun?
You can't say somebody cheated without proof.
You have no smoking gun.
Yeah.
And then even other places like Pennsylvania, their top person, who was a Republican, even stated that all the claims that Trump made, he was like, these are all false. Even a Republican said this. Mm-hmm. Not a Democrat. A Republican was like, no, that's not true. He was like, because this is so-and-so, so-and-so. Like, he was basically explaining all the claims that Trump made, and he debunked every single one of them. Like, that didn't happen. This is what happened. He like, it was no fraud. This is what happened. So-and-so, so-and-so, this is what happened. He broke it down, each one, which is why all those claims got kicked out.
You got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt if you're going to make those claims.
All the claims in court all his claims, they've all been thrown out. Everyone has been thrown out because it's no proof. Mm. It's none. So it's like, at what point do you be like, well, let me try back.
He doesn't have to concede. Technically, most presidents do because they just saw him ready to move on. But like seen the last 4 years, there's been nothing normal about this president.
It's just proper etiquette if you do it. Like, it's proper etiquette to concede.
There's no rule that says you have to concede.
Right.
But yeah, most of them do just because it's like, fuck it, I lost. It's like most of them do concede. Yeah.
Right, because you want to be a gracious loser and a gracious
There's been nothing normal about this presidency.
At all.
The fact that it's not a concession, who's surprised at that?
At all. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he keeps on being like, it's the voter fraud. He's saying that we will win, but like, the numbers are now final. Like, it seems like every state has finally got all their stuff counted.
And it will Georgia and somebody else in Arizona are gonna do recounts. So but I think that's the only shit that are officially gonna do they might try for like some of those swing states, but I know those two are like automatically gonna do recounts, they said. They announced automatic recounts, they said.
Yeah, so it's like, but the real election comes on the 14th because that's when the electoral.
That's what people don't realize is like what we went through on November 3rd was bullshit. Like that's not the election.
That's a preliminary.
We voted for the local, like the Senate and the House and the local offices, but we didn't vote for president. Like people don't vote for the president. Like that picks the electoral college. You actually vote for the president. Like the electoral college, they pick the president. Okay. What we did is like you voted, but not really.
The 538 people or whatever out there. Yeah.
You voted, but not really. It's like
yeah.
So like the other offices are the ones you actually voted for. Your senators, the House. If you had like the state's attorney for election.
Because we had Kim Foxx here for us.
Some states had governors up for election. It's like that's the ones we actually voted.
You decide if certain judges are going to retain their seat because, like, you voted for some judges to keep their seat or to get voted out.
Referendums, the fair tax was eligible. A lot of states had weed on their ballot.
Yeah, they had marijuana.
That's what you voted for. That stuff, yeah. You're not like that's people don't realize about this election. Like, you think you voted for president, you really not. You just telling if I give you you have to promise you're gonna vote for this guy. Like, but the electoral college, they can vote however they want technically. Yeah. Once they get in there, typically they do like vote for like what it came up in the state.
Where it
like,
came by us, but
typically works like that, but like it's nothing that says they have to. They can vote how they want, but it usually lines up because like that is the states usually. But I usually saw I'm telling them, okay, yeah, I'll like promise me you're gonna vote for this guy. Like
that's the state of Illinois said that you should vote this way.
Yeah.
That's the state of Texas said you should vote
we
this
telling
way.
the Illinois. I think Illinois has 21 or 22. I think
20.
20. Yeah, we telling those 20, like, okay, yeah, you have to promise you're gonna vote Biden, yeah. But like all 20 of them don't have to vote Biden. Tell you, we just say promise you're gonna vote. That's how it works. Yeah.
And then California, you're saying the 55, you guys are
to promise you're voting Biden. Texas, those 38, promise you're voting Trump. It's like that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. Pennsylvania, 20.
Yeah, like they promise you they're gonna vote that way. That's what you're voting for. But you're not actually.
What we already talked about, people don't understand civics. How many people didn't know that? Like, you can be honest. Like, people can be transparent. Like, I mean, everybody. That's not something that everybody knows. So.
Yeah, when you cast your vote for president, you're not actually voting for that president. You
that's
pick
why the popular vote means
the electoral college, and they're the ones that are the popular vote is just like popularity contest. It's just for bragging rights to say, yeah, I got 70 something million, whatever. Like, yeah,
it means nothing.
Rights than anything but popular.
It means nothing. Yeah, electoral college is where the actual voting is.
And it's still I don't know exactly how they decide the electoral college. That's like I think they should open the people a little bit more transparent about that. I wouldn't mind that because I think what makes sense is like it should be like the House of Representatives. Not saying that the actual House members like are the ones that vote for president. That would be wild as hell. But I think because like the House of Representatives is based on population.
Right. It is.
It's like Illinois, that might be the 22 right there. I'm thinking about. I think Illinois might have 20s, but like each state has different. Right, you each state like you promise to have at least one.
Right.
Like even like Alaska, Wyoming, tiny states like that have
Rhode Island.
You have at least one, yeah. But depending on population, because like the now we get nerdy in this shit. It's like the Senate is fair and balanced.
Yeah, because it's two.
State, no matter how big or small, you get 2 senators, and then depending on the population, you get at least 1 representative. And like the total number, I know the total number is 435 reps and 500 senators. So you got 535 total for like Congress. And I think it would make more sense to like if you're just gonna go like either let the whole 535 or at least the 435 of the House like that. It should be based on that, like the electoral college. But that's just how I think. Yeah. So like however, like how many congressmen you have, or if you want to like do it like with the whole like Congress, yeah, you could like then like small states would have 3 electoral votes. You had 2 senators and your 1 rep. Yeah, I think it should be like that. That's just my opinion, but because like we don't know how they decide like why did California get 55? Where'd they come up with that number? Why did Illinois get 20? Where'd they come up with that number?
Yeah, I gotta look more into that. I want to learn more.
Count off all of the reps. Okay, they have this many reps and the 2 senators, and that should be the number. That just makes more sense to me. That way, it's more transparent. Yeah. But I don't know if you would actually let them cast because that would be wild as hell. Like.
Very biased.
Yeah. Oh, because then like Bobby Rush and all of them.
Bobby Rush.
And what's her name? Yeah, they'd be all of them. Chewy would get a vote, like all of them. Just thinking of Illinois ones. Chewy would get a vote. Robin Kelly is like, I'm in her district. She'd be like, we'd be voting for her vote, like basically.
Right.
The squad, they would get votes, like all of them. Like they did it in Congress. It would make more sense like that, but they don't actually pick it like the election. And we don't even know who these electoral people are voting. Like, who are they? I wish it was more transparent. Like, who are these people?
Yeah, who are these folks? Yeah.
It's like the Nielsen ratings. Like, who met a person who had a Nielsen box in their house. It's like, because like that's what people don't realize. Like TV ratings are the same way. It's like it's based on a small number of people with Nielsen, and they just multiply that.
Right.
Like that's how they decide. Like the number 1 rated show on television, they didn't actually measure how many people actually watch this show. It's like they took the number and then the population. Okay, it's this many people in this town, so like if you multiply like the number of boxes by the population, that's how they do it. So, but like the electoral college is like Nielsen ratings and shit. I just got nerdy with that Nielsen shit. That's what.
Yes, they're very weird. Yeah.
I just got nerdy with that. So let's take it back to something fun. I found this fucking video game.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. You got Super Mario, Duck Hunt, Jordan versus Bird. All my real old heads remember that one. Excite Bike, Legend of Zelda, Contra, Bases Loaded, Double Dragon, great game. Super Mario 3, Ninja Gaiden. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Wow, I might have picked that. Paperboy, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Kung Fu, Double Dribble, Metroid, and Jackal. It said pick 3. That's what it said.
Okay, mine would be Mario 3, and Kung Fu.
Okay. We had somebody saying we just switched out Mario 3 with Contra. So
yeah, because Mario 3, that was my favorite. I love Mario 3 was my favorite.
I couldn't leave Contra out though, no.
I couldn't leave out Mario 3.
Up, down, left, right, BA start. Come on.
These were masters at Contra. Like I wasn't that good at Contra. I never got off of a certain. I never finished the game. I don't even think I got past base 2. I don't even think I got past that.
Great ass games on here. Like I said, Ninja Gaiden. I just saw it. I was like, that shit was fun, motherfucker. I forgot about that. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, another classic. Come on.
Legend of Zelda was good too.
Legend of Zelda, Duck Hunt.
Legend of Zelda is the one with. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
I never finished that game either. I got stuck in the desert. When you had the whistle thing, I got stuck in the desert.
Double Dragon I loved, but I didn't pick Double Dragon because I preferred the arcade version over the NES version.
Gotcha.
Double Dragon was dope, but like Double Dragon was more fun to play at the arcade. But Double Dragon I almost picked. I said, not.
When the game starts though, like when he walks up and he punches the girl and then throws her over.
Mm-hmm.
Like why is it starting there? Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was good. That was a good one. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
All of these are like classic games. Metroid.
Metroid, yeah.
Progressive first female protagonist in a video game. Metroid. Was ahead of its time. Yeah, it's the first game to have.
I know what they should have had on there. They should have had Mega Man.
Mega Man would have been nice.
I like Mega Man.
It's like other games. Like let's talk about NES games because like we got time. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about it. Let's have a little nostalgia. Yeah, Mega Man was dope. What else would I have added to that list? I had some. I forgot now. Brain fart. But pro wrestling was there. Not tag team wrestling. That sucked. Pro wrestling. Yeah. With the Amazon and the giant panda and
oh yeah, the tag team was not good.
Tag team wrestling was trash with the Strong Bads and the Ricky
Strong Bads and the Ricky Fire.
Yeah, that was. We don't do that here. Another one for my football here, Tecmo Bowl. It's another classic.
Before Madden.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl was before Madden. They set the blueprint for Madden. They were the first game to have actual NFL players. And then Madden just took it here. It started here with Tecmo Bowl, and then Madden said, okay, we're going to take it here now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the first game to have, because before, like, football games were trash. It had just generic teams. That was the first one that had actual licensed NFL teams.
Generic.
Then you had, Tecmo Bowl
mm-hmm.
Playing as the Bears, like,
what was another good one?
Ghosts and Goblins, baby.
Ghosts and Goblins. Big man. Generic ass name. Oh, Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Ooh, Solid Snake, yeah.
That's a good one, Metal Gear.
People forget about the original Metal Gear because they think about Metal Gear Solid, the version from PlayStation, the PS1. Like people forget about the original Metal Gear with Big Boss.
The truck have started to move.
Oh, the truck have started to move. I feel asleep. Yeah, like there's so much English on that game.
I feel asleep. And then when you're walking in the hole, it just looked like a big ass hole. It just opened.
Yeah. The holes lasted out throughout all of the Metal Gear games because they had it on the later ones too.
Why would it just be a big ass hole and just open it up?
Disappear and suck you in. They did that on the later games too.
Yeah, I did like Metal Gear, although I couldn't finish it. Like I wasn't that good with it.
I think I finished the original Metal Gear. I never finished Metal Gear Solid. I always got stuck on that one.
Was that the one with Revolver Ocelot?
Absolutely, yes.
Revolver Ocelot.
All-time classic game, Metal Gear Solid. That might be my favorite PS1 game is Metal Gear Solid. That game was it might be my favorite game.
Some more good arcade, some more good NES.
Let's go back to NES, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Was Wizard Call ever on it? Was Q*bert ever on it? Or was that just arcade?
I'm sure they ported it, but like that was more arcade. Like I know it's classic games y'all think we forgetting about, but like they were ported to the NES, but we still preferred the arcade versions like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Q*bert, like all of those. Yeah, they had the NES versions, but like Spy Hunter was like more fun to play at the arcade, like some of those.
Because I love some Q*bert.
So I'm surprised they had Double Dragon on that list because the arcade version was more fun than that version.
Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was much fun. The arcade
version way better.
Cowabunga when you put your quarter in.
Trash, yeah.
Cowabunga.
And this one was low key trash. Yeah, that was low key trash. That one.
I liked it though.
It wasn't like the Cowabunga version was sick.
Cowabunga.
Well, some more classic NES games now. I'm forgetting now, but it was some. They had a nice list that one there, but it's like so many games that we can sit here all day talking about that shit.
And the NES, low key, this whole system was trash because like everybody's Nintendo blinked. We thought it was just ours. You had to blow into the cartridge.
Not knowing you making it worse because you put spit all in there, yeah. And like moisture is gonna make the sort of
hot breath
even less. Big blowing there, you're doing absolutely nothing. If anything, you're making it worse.
Yeah.
Adventure Island was another fun NES game. I'm just thinking of random games. Mm-hmm. Was the other one? Strider was another one. I'm just thinking of
when he would slide through the different
games now.
Yeah, I remember Strider. Yeah.
Thinking of random games.
What was one? Was it Wings one? Legendary
Wings. Nice, kid.
Yeah. I remember Legendary Wings, yeah. Taking me back. Like now I feel like really like
How about Akari Warriors? Let's go, man.
What's the 1942 one?
1942 was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That was based on the war, obviously.
The war, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember the plane would be the plane dropping bombs, like the way the plane would, you know. Mm-hmm. So maybe that was like a precursor for like the Call of Duty type thing.
I guess you could say that was an early version of that, yeah.
Because especially the one that's coming out now, the new Call of Duty, the pre-ops, like where it has like Ronald Reagan about like the Cold War.
I saw the commercial for that.
Yeah, the Cold War, yeah. And then when I was watching, I was like, "This is really realistic."
We there, like, let's go there. The PS.
Because he looked just like Ronald Reagan. I was like,
"Yeah, we not new." Like that was
like, he's really
was random, even though it's relevant. PS5. How many cats' hearts are broken because they didn't get it? Because it's sold out like that. Like you can't get it like on all the because they only had it like online at most places because of COVID. They don't want them people lining up for that shit.
Exactly.
Like Walmart, I know they had theirs only on Walmart.com and like certain places. Like, and this, of course, it's sold out in like 30 seconds or something like that.
But Wishful Car is supposed to be giving out some at random. If you get 2 for $5 at Burger King, they're supposed to be giving out PS5s at random.
How many people are lining up to get Burger King?
Fat ass out there trying. He said, "Yeah, but how about 2 for $5 with the side of PS5?" That's how they went on the commercial. I said, "Now they try and get you to eat Burger King so you can get a PlayStation."
I get you to have it your way.
I don't even eat that, so yeah.
But I ain't thirsty like that. Like I'm a grown ass man. I get if you got a kid that wanted it, then you might be like trying to, because like that's the thing. They're going to restock these. It's not like Jordans where like if you don't get them, then they're gone forever.
They're gone forever.
Or like the Disney Vault pre-Disney Plus like that. Yeah.
Disney Plus, right? Yeah.
Don't get Cinderella now, then it's gone forever.
Bar is closed. Like that. Because that's the first thing I did. ironically, I watched Cinderella. That's like one of the first things I watched when I got Disney Plus because I was like, I haven't seen Cinderella since I was a little girl, so I played it. Yeah,
the one I haven't seen since I was a kid. I know. They have it all of that on there. But
all that's in the vault. Yeah, all that's on Disney.
Yeah, like I ain't seen Pinocchio probably since I was like 10 or something like that.
Number with the racist crows.
Yeah, with the with the I ain't seen no elephant fly.
With the racist crows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the face I'm making.
But it would be like that. It's not like that with the PS5. Like they're gonna restock it probably in the spring. They'll have it again. So if you just wait a little bit, you'll get it.
So like by my birthday, it's like we can probably get a PS5, and then we should be in our house.
The first batch that went out,
we should be in our new home by then. So
not like the Disney Vault or like Jordans, where like if it sells out, then you have to buy them from StockX. You don't have to buy a PS5 from StockX. You can just wait.
Yeah, because I saw like on they said that on was it eBay or something? They was like they had people selling them for as much as like $15,000, and I'm like, that is ridiculous. Like,
imagine you bought that for $15,000 and then come spring you get it retail. Think about that shit.
Because my thing is, you a real asshole if you do that. If you buy a retail thing for $500 and you sell it for like $10,000, like why?
Supply and demand. If people zombies are the ones that are actually willing to pay $10,000 for it.
You could get that's a down payment for a house. You can you can put a down payment on a house for $10,000. You could do
some parts of the country that is a fucking house.
That is a house, but let me rephrase that is a house.
Why you can buy a fucking house for that much? Certain parts of the country.
In the South.
We got listeners everywhere, so like people might be listening to this and say, I bought my house for $15,000.
Right. I paid $15,000 for this house.
Yeah, so I bought this for $15,000. Yeah.
Calling the police.
Yes, you have got some nice ones.
We're quoting House Party if you guys don't know what we're quoting.
We're going to get a public enema. Oh, yeah, go on with your big ass.
Big ass.
Like John Witherspoon had some of the best lines, even though he was like barely in that movie and shit.
Come to bed, Harry. Harry.
All them on yourself. You the one making all the noise.
But yeah, though, it's like that shit is crazy. The people,
man, because I know people
that all that money. That shit crazy.
They trying to find one. I'm like, you're not gonna find one.
You're not gonna find it now.
Under $5,000, you're not under $5,000. You're not finding one for under $5,000.
I saw some people who are really bummed out because they're like, it wasn't for me. They're like, I was trying to get this for my kid because my kid.
Especially your son who said he wanted one, and now like. Surprise him, and now you don't have it. So now,
then with the grades thing, because they're like, my child did really well this semester, so I wanted to reward them because they did really well with this semester for school, and they want to reward them.
It was, like a lot of kids, like that was their wish list. It's like, yeah, I want the PS5. It's like so now you feel bad because you didn't get it. Yeah, so.
Just wait till spring. It'll be back in spring.
Just take a picture of one and give that to your kid. It's like, when they restock, this is gonna be a gift. Take a picture of one.
Like it was knocked up when he gave her the empty ring box. It was like, it's going to be a ring in here. What? He proposed with a ring. Mm-hmm. You could do that. You could say, when it restocks, I'm going to get you this. But real talk, like
did that with a housewarming gift for somebody. He found it real cheap online. It was like early online too. It was like so it took like 4 to 6 weeks to ship that shit back then. It was Seinfeld. Bought like some guy for a housewarming gift. He said, you give him a picture of the chair for the gift.
It's a Polaroid of the chair.
And then it's like, because it was like a massage chair, and he bought it online. And he's like, what about a car? I said, we just signed the picture. And George was like super cheap. We just signed the picture for the car.
You can go to the dollar store and get cards to the dollar store.
That was the guy's housewarming gift, was a fucking picture of a massage chair. They had to wait for him to ship the shit.
This was the 90s, so
yeah. So like you order,
wasn't
no overnight Amazon, no overnight shipping.
Ooh, Prime be the shit. Prime be the shit. It'd be like, oh, your package is here.
Back then, yeah.
36 hours. Your thing is here. 36 hours. Bet. Like Prime is the shit. It is. Mm-hmm. But don't get so bummed out. Whatever. Like just. Explain to your Especially if it's with your children. Just explain to your children that
I tried to get it, but
and we're in COVID. Blame it on COVID. Just blame it on COVID. You can blame it. COVID done messed up everything for everybody.
In fact, let's call this up. Blame it on COVID. That's the name of that.
Blame it on COVID.
Get some COVID talk, yeah.
It's COVID. Everything is COVID. Like I said, my child, when she when I say why we can't
unlike Jamie Foxx, don't blame it on the alcohol. Or unlike the Jacksons, don't blame it on the boogie.
Blame it on COVID. Blame it on the COVID. Blame it on the COVID. You do.
Blame it on the COVID.
Because my child said that to me, like, why can't we go outside to go here to this park? Because of coronavirus. Why can't we go over to so-and-so's house? Because of coronavirus. She knows that we can't do that.
Clip of Cardi B with that saying, why can't we go and just play that? Coronavirus. Play that over and over. Whenever she asks you why can't you just have that, don't let her have the clip of that. Just play it. Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. And then she'll know. She'll be like, Mommy, is that Cardi B? Because Ariana knows Cardi B. Is that Cardi B? But just blame it on COVID. Like, you can just do that. So don't even stress about it. I mean, like you said, it will be here next year. Don't stress. But one thing that isn't here yet that I thought was here, and I was like, because I was getting excited. The trailer. Did you see the trailer for The Fresh Prince?
Boom, boom, boom. This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
I tell you how to Town called Bel-Air.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, we got to do the next verse. The next verse is the best one. 5, 6, 7 in the West Philadelphia. Born and raised. Playground.
My days.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing off school, and I'm shooting some people
outside of school.
A couple of guys that were up to good.
Started making show in my neighborhood. I got
it one little fight in my mom. Got that. She says,
"You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air."
Yeah. Woo! Woo! Coming, baby.
Like the first time you were able to learn the whole rap to The Fresh, did you just feel like you were the shit? Because you do the whole rap. Like, I was like, oh, when I learned the rap, I'd be like, oh.
Especially when you get through it and looked at my kingdom. I was finally there.
I really did. As a
Come on, man. We like to that line and you like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, I killed that shit.
Right, we're showing our fucking age because that show started 30 years ago, literally. We definitely showing.
I'm transparent. I was 9 when the show started. Do the math. I was 9 when the Fresh Prince.
Over 9, do the math.
I was 9 when the Fresh Prince premiered. So I'm very transparent about my age. I was 9 years old, so you know how old I was. How old I am.
Kind of transparent. I was over 9, so yeah.
Over 9, older than 9. But yeah, the Fresh Prince was the shit. Like, I love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it's on HBO Max. The series is actually on HBO Max, so you can go back and watch all the old episodes if you have HBO Max.
Sleep on HBO Max. Low key got they got
some stuff.
They've people talk about Netflix and like Disney Plus, but like HBO Max got some shit on there. They got some stuff. They low key got some nice stuff on there. Like, if check it out, like, get the free trial if you want. But
and then HBO period
got some nice stuff on there.
HBO period just had great series, and then all those HBO series are on there.
You like HBO, and then just like others, like I said, like Fresh Prince, stuff like that. Like HBO Max is like quietly becoming like they sneak it into that top 3 as far as like streaming. Quietly, this weekend.
Right, Disney Plus
Amazon Prime,
Disney Plus is the shit too, yeah, because they got all that Star Wars, all the Marvel stuff, all the Disney stuff, like all them old. I haven't watched
Mandalorian yet because I don't have the Disney Plus, but I haven't seen the new Star Wars series. But from what I hear, like, motherfuckers love that new Star Wars, the Mandalorian. So maybe we'll talk.
We'll talk.
Do we just commit a crime on the podcast? Could just mean I come by there and watch. We don't know what I mean by we'll talk. Yeah.
We'll talk. Yes. Talk.
Yeah, Mandalorian. A lot of people I know are talking about that series though. So
no, but HBO Max. So the Fresh Prince, they released their trailer that they're going to do a 30th year reunion special. Mm-hmm. And it's going to premiere on HBO Max on Thursday, November 19th. So this coming Thursday is going to premiere. And yeah, it's going to be like, because then when they showed all the people coming, it's all of them. Like, he had Joseph Marcel, Karen Parsons, Alfonso Ribeiro, Tatiana Ali,
Daphne Maxwell Reed.
Reed, of course, Jeffrey Towns.
And of course, rest in peace, James Avery. He wasn't there, of course, but rest in peace to the big.
And then the part on the trailer that got me, that almost put me in tears, when Will said the part about when he did the how come he don't.
That's fucking acting.
And he said that James whispered that in his ear. He said, "Now that's acting. That's acting."
He told that story on the Breakfast Club before he told like how he got that out of, because he did the scene first and like it wasn't working because So then James just told him like use me, you got to use your scene partner to get the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
He thought of, but then like that's all he got, and then he whispered in his ear like that's
acting. Because he was a Shakespearean actor. James Avery was a beast. He was a damn beast. He was a Shakespearean actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was damn good. So it's like he was cold. So for Will to get that approval from James, that had to be like.
And Will had never acted before in his life. Like watch some first season 1 Fresh Prince. Will Smith.
Yes.
Watch some season 1 episodes of that on HBO.
But the thing about Will is Will was a diamond in the rough. He had it. He just needed to be polished. He had potential. He had mad potential, but he just needed to just be polished up a little bit, because you could see him mouthing the words of like this.
Watch the scene with him and Carlton or with him and Uncle Phil. You can see him saying their lines too, like
saying their lines.
Because that's how with acting, you got to know your cue, and your cue is like knowing when the other person is finished. But it's supposed to be like, you're supposed to be doing the lines up here, not saying them and shit.
Right, he be
doing, but you actually see him like saying the lines of the other person like that.
Because that's how dedicated he was. He would learn the whole script of everybody, not just his
line.
In
my I haven't done much acting, but when I was pursuing a career in acting, I would read the whole script whenever I would get like. Mm-hmm. When they forward me the script, because most people just look for their parts and read their parts.
Okay, here, where am I at? I'm here. There's me.
Most scripts aren't that long, especially like because like if you're doing like, because let's say the dialogue is about a minute a page.
It's a minute a page. It is.
Like a 90-minute movie, it's like 90 pages. It's not a lot there, so you could read the whole thing. Most people just lazy.
And then the way that it's read now, because like I said, I've seen obviously some scripts around, because Marcus has shown me some scripts that he's read now. So like I've read some scripts or whatever. So it's like when you look at it, it's like dimming of lights. Like it has like everything, like
stage directions and all
car alarm is sounding. Like it has like all the, so you can visualize all
the character too. And enter in the room is the Oz man. Yeah, he's a black man, bald head, wearing a black hoodie. Like they describe.
Yeah, it describes it exactly.
He sits down in front of his computer to talk to his sister Naima, who has cornrows and is wearing a T-shirt. Hey.
Because they describe it, they break it down like they do break it down.
A young black woman in her mid to late 30s sitting down. Like
right, that's exactly what they do. They break down the age, they show the age and everything.
They tell, like, so you can picture what the character looks like and everything. They have like all of that.
You have to be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the thing that had everybody, when Will said at the end of the trailer, when he said, I could not have done this 30-year reunion without Janet. And then Janet walks on, they go,
those who don't know, Janet is on Viv version 1. Or some dark skin on Viv. It's like, depending on what you say. Version 1 and Viv, I prefer version 1 because I hate the colorism shit. So, but some people say dark skin on Viv.
Why do people say, and then people say black on Viv? I'm like, both of them were black. I'm like, stop. Both ladies were black women.
I didn't hear that one.
Somebody said black on Viv. I'm like, both of them were black. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I know J. Cole said it in his song No Rose said, yeah, I want that real love, dark skinned and Viv love.
Dark skinned.
That was one of J. Cole's lines. Dark.
I do feel like I did like what she brought. I mean, nothing against Daphne Maxwell Reid. I think that she's good.
She's a fine actress. Is just the originals is better. That's all.
She just brought a different pizzazz. Like she just felt everything. Like I'm a strong black educated woman.
Felt like your actual mom. She felt like a black mama. It's like the other one. I won't say feel like, but yeah, she felt like a black mama. Like the person.
She felt like I will read you. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows the black mama thing. Like even though Claire, the Huxtables example, the Huxtables was written to be kind of where they kind of
they didn't. Untouchables basically didn't have a race. Yeah,
they kind of blurred the lines on race. They did. They kind of blurred. They were transracial.
Yeah, they
were transracial.
Blurred. They obliterated the line.
They obliterated the racial line. However, when Claire would go off, Claire would go into the Black Mama.
Watch the Wretched.
Or when she would go off on Elvin, when Elvin would have his little macho stuff
and shit. Yeah, you getting him a cup of coffee, really?
Yeah, serving whom? Like serve your man? Or when she went off about Sandra, I spent $79,346.
Sandra said she was going on to the Wilderness store instead of going to law school.
I'm not going to law school. I'm going to work aside my husband. Mm-hmm. What do you mean you decide you're not going to law school? Like the way Claire would read. Like every Black mother has that read in them. Like look at Harriet Winslow. Harriet Winslow would read her kids. Every Black mama.
There's only one, and for the record, there's only one Harriet Winslow.
Juliet Elder.
Elder never happened.
It never happened. She was terrible.
I guess 2 on Viv. One Harriet Winslow though.
Gina's mama was not it. Gina's mama was not it at all.
She never happened. Yeah. The weird thing about Aunt Viv is I think both actresses played the character the exact amount of times. So it's not like one played it more than the other.
Yeah, because the first one was 6 seasons.
Literally down the middle, yeah.
And it literally was down the middle because Aunt Viv.
Let's say one of them played it 110 times, the other one played 110 times. It's something like that.
Exactly. It was like even.
Exact the same amount. It's so weird how that lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Was Juliet Elder only played like Harriet Winslow less than 10 times, so she didn't happen.
Yeah, she didn't happen.
I played the character 6 times, so that never happened. That never happened.
Everybody's Black mother. Everybody knows the whole. When you want to get red, we know that. We know this look and everything. So Aunt Viv would have that when she would check, the kids, when she would check the people trying to come at her, and then with her husband. If somebody came after her husband, oh no, you're not gonna come after my husband. She had that, but I felt like the newer Aunt Viv, she wasn't as spicy. She wasn't as reading people. She just didn't do that as much.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, Daphne Maxwell Reid played Aunt Viv 75 times. Janet Heward played her 74 times.
Yeah, the same thing.
Split down the middle.
Same thing. The exact same thing.
It's so weird how they like I said, they lined up where they played.
Yeah, because the freshman got 6 seasons, and then she left after season 3 because she had a baby. Because that's why they wrote the pregnancy in.
That's why Ross Bagley's character was written there, who I didn't see at that reunion because they fuck him and shit. But yeah.
Why were they talking about Shout Out Chicago Famous?
That he don't count.
Shout Out Chicago Famous Mike and Diz. Why were they talking about? They said, why is it that they said in Hollywood, they always put a kid on the show to make it jump the shark. So that's a Hollywood thing. They always put a kid on the show.
Baby Simone, let's go.
Because the one that
name every show that's ever happened on. Let's do it.
They said when they jumped the shark, the first one, the Brady Bunch, Cousin Oliver.
He's the original jump the shark bomb. Yeah. He's the original version of 7 from Married with Children and shit.
7 from Married with Children, yeah.
What's the name? Little Andy and shit on Family Ties. Sam on
Joey on Give Me a Break.
Joey Lawrence on Give Me a Break. And eventually added his brother Matthew. They did a double shark moment on that. It's
double shark.
First he had fucking Joey, and then let's add his brother on.
Let's add his brother Matthew for no reason.
In case there's any doubt with the show sucks, let's add his little brother to it. The show sucks. Then.
And then I said Olivia on the Cosby Show because they kept on saying that it's always a boy. They said everyone they always add a boy on. I said
Raven killed the Cosby Show. Or she it jumped the shark, definitely. Yeah.
I was like, it was Olivia on the Cosby Show. It jumped the shark when they had Olivia on the show.
There's so many of those shows. I'm sure it's some that we just forgot about, but
they should have added a kid on Seinfeld. They should have just did why not? When Seinfeld was going down, let's add a kid.
What? And Julie Louis
was pregnant twice.
Was pregnant twice during the show. They could have written one of them babies in there just to make the show jump the shark.
Because they said that she would do stuff they showed her sitting on the train when she had the gift in her lap. They would do stuff like that to cover her stomach. But when she wore the big coats, when she had on the coat the whole episode.
Yeah, and then Jerry joked about her, take the coat off, because she was hiding her bump. That's why.
Hide her baby. Mm-hmm. Who's another show they add a kid on?
It's so many. I know.
They always add a kid. They do always add a kid.
What's happening, Little Earl and shit? Let's go, man. Let's go, man. And they added a little white kid to a black show for some reason. Come on.
A good one that did, Sarah, though. He was like, they tried to do it with Good Times because they were trying to add
Penny.
Gary Coleman. They were trying to add
it didn't work, though,
They tried to add Gary Coleman on. They did. They
Gary
tried.
only appeared like a couple of
4 episodes.
times, yeah.
Like 4 episodes he was on,
Like
yeah.
4, okay, yeah. He only appeared a handful of times. It didn't work.
But they were trying to work him in. They would try. You could tell they were trying to put him on.
They wanted to make Gary part of that show, but I guess probably eventually Different Strokes became a thing, so he got his own show, so they said, let's keep him away from Good Times. Oh, what's the name? I thought the Jeffersons. They added Ebony Smith. Jessica Jefferson. That's one. So there's another girl. Yeah, Jessica Jefferson.
They add these kids on this show.
It's another one. Especially shows like that, adult shows, like the whole cast is adult. Because like they had like Lionel and Jenny, they had grown kids the whole time. It was never any kids on that show. Like, cause the show started,
right?
Like 25. Like when the show started, like they had grown kids. Like yeah,
right.
So to add a kid to that show was just stupid. And said, yeah, come on.
Oh, whatchamacallit? They added what's her name on Family Matters. They had 3T. The 3J. 3J.
Orlando Brown.
Orlando Brown. They added 3J on.
Orlando Brown, baby.
They added him on the show.
Let's go.
It's like, where did this kid come from? Where did he come from? They just added him for no reason. I guess Little Richie, they didn't want to use Little Richie too much.
All in the Family, they added, what's her name, the little foster kid they had.
Oh, the one, Annie.
The Hard Knock Life.
It's the Hard Knock Life.
Voice.
The
girl
girl who say that, yeah.
Like, that's, she was on All in the Family, the one that Jason sampled. She was on.
They're treating wicked tricks. Her, yeah.
They were like 50, 60, Archie and Edith, so they had a kid to that shit. Like once again, like they had grown kids, like Gloria and Meathead were like 30. They had grown kids on that.
Yeah, they were grown as hell.
Yes. So yeah, to add a fucking come on. But shows just want to add a kid to like kill the show. Cousin Oliver was the original and shit.
Oliver.
He's the old.
Why are these kids on these shows? Like you said, why? Like you said, I guess just to be like, yeah, well, we know our show's going down in flames, so let's just be as ridiculous as possible.
I would do dumb shit like that if I knew that. I'd bamboozle that shit. Like, wouldn't have black. But that's what this bamboozle about. He was trying to get fired, but then the show just became.
Took off. And then that movie, like I always talk about, that movie got banned where I was at school because it came out. Like I never saw it in the theaters. I saw it on video because.
Hardly anybody saw that in the theater because it was banned in a lot of places.
When it came out, I was like, oh, I want to check this out, the new Spike Lee joint. And then like the next week, it was gone. I was like, what just happened? It was like, no, it got banned. And I was like, what?
That's because people didn't know what it was. It's
they banned it, yeah.
It's a movie about, but if you watch it, it's like the movie is not about blackface per se. It's more about this executive trying to get himself fired, and then like you don't realize all it's like it subtly shows you how racist the country really is. Blackface they love,
which we see now. Which is nothing changed now. How racist the country still is.
It wasn't about a minstrel show per se.
No, it wasn't.
See the trailer. That's what you think it is. Like it's the 1990s. We still do it, but now we got to ban that. So the people that want, I'm sure it was black people that wanted it banned and shit too. That like boycotted it, like I'm sure that, but then without even knowing what it was, they just saw, oh hell no.
And then my song was in
it. Us back to the Amos and Andy days. Oh hell no.
My song was like, I be smacking my hoes, I be smacking my hoes, so that everybody knows. That song was it. But no, people were so like describing it like, okay, black people in blackface does sound highly offensive, but when you actually watch the movie, it was well written, it was well constructed, like the way that it came about,
and great cast too. Damon Wayans, Jada Pinkett, Tommy Davidson, Savion. Dope ass cast in this.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't Charlie Baltimore in that?
Mos Def as well too.
They were part of the revolutionaries or whatever that wanted to take it down. Yeah.
Shout out, Mos Def was in it too. Yeah.
We call him Sleep and Eat because all he does is sleep and eat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, check out Bamboozle if you haven't watched it yet, people. Like, check it out. It's not
that motherfucker. I'm pretty sure.
Find it.
Pretty sure it's not streaming anywhere.
It's streaming anywhere. Buy the video on Amazon. I'm sure you can look it up on Amazon and buy a DVD of it on Amazon. I'm sure.
We ready to wrap this up? We've gone long enough.
Yeah, because a lot of shit.
We're gonna end it on Bamboozled. Hilarious.
Now I'm smacking my hose. What a way to go out.
Well, definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. Blame it on the COVID. That's how we doing it at 181. If you like what we're doing further, support us. Give our Facebook fan page a like. Not Another Damn Podcast. Also, you can subscribe, share, rate, review on all your podcast platforms. You got Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? Also, if you want to check us out visually and see our facial expressions, watch us on YouTube. There we go. That's going to be our thumbnail right there. And get us on your Amazon Alexa devices. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. And if you like hip-hop from the 90s and 2K classics, R&B as well. It's not just hip-hop. I have OzRadio.net, The Bomb. That's my online streaming station. You can stream it right now at OzRadio.net. And it is The Bomb.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, STR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.